Yo, what's up, guys? Hopefully you are having a good Saturday, so let's find some bets. Unfortunately, didn't get any plays in for the Rockets game, but regardless, we'll find some plays for the later games. And there's actually a lot of good bets available right now on Fliff. This play I already locked in, but I mean, the value on it's fucking insane. Insane. Lock this in if you haven't already. Is we have Malik Monk under 3.5 rebounds. So, I mean, you can see Fliff has this at plus 110. You know, the first step as a sports bettor is, you got to be finding value in the market. No other book is even giving us plus money. And we're getting this at plus 110 on Fliff, which is fucking crazy. And you could even arbitrage bet this. So, like, FanDuel, they have Monks over at plus 106. So if you use FanDuel, I mean, they have the under at minus 130. That's 40 cents different from Fliff. So what you could do if you use FanDuel is throw $100 on the over, 100 on the under. So you're betting 200 total, and, you're going to lose one bet. So you'll always lose one bet, 100, but then you'll either win 106 or 110. So you'll end up with a profit regardless, and that's called arbitrage. So you could just arbitrage bet this Malik Monk play. But anyways, I already locked it in. Crazy fucking value. So if you haven't locked it in, lock it in. And let's get on to PrizePicks. Should we do PrizePicks, or what book do you guys want to look at? Although we do have another bet. Damn. So we have Haliburton. So Haliburton, under 11.5 assists. So his odds are just falling off a cliff. I mean, 11.5 assists, obviously Haliburton can pass the fucking ball. But, I mean, the value on this seems crazy. People like fading Haliburton tonight. So we have Haliburton under 11.5 assists at minus 140. Fuck it, let's do it. So let's lock it in. And again, you want to use Fliff Cash. They have a max bet size of 250. So, I mean, you can see here in the line movement charts, like all the books are just kind of, FanDuel's moved him all the way down to minus 192. So a lot of these books are just falling off a cliff, ripping his line towards the under. So that can be our first play on Fliff. And let me just add it to the tracking sheet. So we have Hallie under 11.5 assists on Fliff. What book should we look at? What book do you guys want to look at? We have a lot of college basketball today. Well, this is at minus 140, and cool. So let's see what we have here. What book? Anyone have a preference? Fliff. Yes, PrizePicks. Send your slips in the chat, bro. Yeah, I'll put the slips in the chat. So let's move on. Do we want to ride Haliburton twice? So we just got his under. Really solid value. Every other book's ripped it a lot lower. So that's the first play we got. But then let's go on to PrizePicks. Let's build a PrizePick slip. And how did we do yesterday? I mean, honestly, pretty decent if you were on the stream. So we had one player DNP, and then we had a couple 2Xs. So not horrible, but let's see what we got on PrizePicks for today. Let's see. Fuck, man. So are we going to fade Haliburton again? It's not surprising. A lot of times if the market's moving, I don't know if any lineup news just came out in the Cavs game. We can take a look. Anything just come out? Herb Jones is a game time decision. I don't know. You can see a lot of lineup news is coming out, and that's good. Like, as a sports bettor, obviously, you never want to see a player get injured. But whenever there's lineup news, that kind of moves around the market. So the first play we have is, ooh, wow. So there's a lot of different options. Fuck, but let's build a slip quickly. So the first play we have is Maxey under 4.5 rebounds. So let's take a look at this. We have Maxey under 4.5 rebounds. I think we were on his under in rebounds plus assists last game. Obviously, he's coming off an injury. He's gone under 4 out of the past 5 games. People like this play. They're playing the Hornets. I assume the 76ers are pretty big favorites, although they've been playing pretty horribly recently. But let's see what we have here. So we have the 76ers. They're minus 475 favorites, so the game also may be a blowout. The Hornets fucking suck. So Maxey may be on the bench. For a lot of the fourth quarter, which is one benefit, of taking unders in a blowout situation or a blowout game. But wow, okay, so there's just a lot of value on PrizePicks. So let's see what we have. What do we want to look at? Shit, man. So this play I already locked in. They have a promo on LeBron right now. This play I'm already on. You can see the LeBron promo. But we have D'Lo under 27 PRAs. People like fading D'Lo today. So let's take a look at D'Angelo Russell. Do we want to ride him twice? Mr. Handsome Bro So you can see here, all the other books, every play I give out, try to make sure it has value. All these books have the line at 26.5. Most of the books actually have his line, first of all, lower, but they also have the under favored or juiced. So it's like, okay, that seems like a good pick to go with. And then we have Herbert Jones under 10.5 points. Again, he's questionable for tonight. According to at least, Underdog Fantasy, their lineup alerts, Herb Jones is questionable. He's a game time decision. But honestly, that's kind of good for us, right? If he's a game time decision, he's gone under 4 out of the past 5 games. If he's a game time decision, I don't know. Maybe he plays less minutes. Hopefully they play him and then he doesn't play as many minutes. I don't know. But let's kind of see what we have here, because PrizePicks will bump some of this stuff quickly. So do we want to fade Haliburton again? I'm going to fade Hallie again. This time it's points plus assists. So we have Haliburton under, 39.5 points plus assists. I think where is it? 31.5 points plus assists. I apologize. He's gone under 4 out of the past 5 games. I actually like this play a lot. So we can fade Haliburton, points plus assists. You can see all the books have his under heavily favored. And that's kind of the strategy for beating PrizePicks, right? They give you the same payout if you take his over or his under. So honestly, we're going to have a lot of unders in this slip, but what do people think about something like this? So let me build it real quickly. So we got under 5.5 assists for Desaunimu. Fuck it. I like it. A lot of unders. Actually, all unders. And again, like PrizePicks, unfortunately, they only give me a max bet size of $5. They hate me. But hopefully you're able to get down more on it if you want to. And let me put this link in the chat. What do you guys think? So we got a nice little 5-pick flex play to start out the stream. Let me just put the link in the chat. Dabble, dabble, dabble. Okay, we'll take a look at Dabble. And you can add LeBron to it. You could add the LeBron promo to make it a 6-pick flex play like someone said in the chat. Obviously, that's basically a free win. But I already included the LeBron promo, so I don't think, yeah. I mean, would they let me bet it again? No. The max entry amount when using the discounted projection is only $5, so they're not going to let me use it again anyways. But there's a lot of value on PrizePicks. Underdog Fantasy's bumping things. We can try to get in. Some people got an Underdog promo. I didn't get shit. But anyways, I put the PrizePicks link in the chat. But I'll put it in again just to make sure. LeBron going to chalk SMH. Yeah, maybe LeBron will chalk. Some people are saying look at Dabble. Okay, so we can look at Dabble too. Dabble's been pretty dry recently, to be honest. But let's see. Let's see if there's anything on Dabble that we like. Maxi under 4.5 rebounds is also available on Dabble. But let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. I mean, honestly, there is some value on Dabble. So let's take a look right here. So the first play is like Miles Bridges over 6 first quarter points. So I love these first quarter player props. I mean, they're obviously stressful, and obviously you win or you lose very quickly. It's kind of like betting on the UFC, a nice little quick sweat. So you can see here all the books, except for Dabble, they have Bridges line like underdog at 6.5, everything like that. Every play I give out, try to make sure it has value. So where's the 76ers game? So let's build a Dabble slip. So we had Maxi under 4.5 rebounds. Again, this play was also available on Dabble. Dabble, they started moving their lines pretty quickly. So if you want to tail this, build it with me quick. So we got 2 picks to kind of start this out. Again, I don't know. Sometimes my streaming software, it's a little weird when I load Dabble up. But anyways, let's see what we have here. So we got Maxi's under. And let me get rid of better as well. Oh, fuck, bro. Let's go. So we have a bunch of different options in this game. Fuck, do we want to ride Herbert Jones or Claxton? So we have different options. What do people think? Should we take Claxton points or Herbert Jones? I mean, again, we're already fading Herbert Jones. But I do like this play. Again, he's questionable. So maybe he's not as likely to play as many minutes. So fuck it. We'll ride Herbert Jones again. So this would be the 3-pick entry. Again, they give you a pretty good payout on these 3-pick entries. I've explained this before, but PrizePicks, they only, whatever. They only give you a 5x payout, which is kind of bullshit. They give you a 6x payout on Underdog as well as Dabble. So this can be the first play. So if you want to lock it in because, again, they just bump things quickly. So we have a 3-pick entry, and I'm just going to have to disconnect my phone for a second to place the bet. So come on, verify the location, bro. So there we go. And we're back up, and then I hit it. Fuck yeah. So we got a dabble slip on this live stream. So there's the dabble play, which hopefully you can see my phone. I just reconnected it. Whoops. There we go. So we got to play on dabble now. I need one more Fliff slip. Yeah, we'll look at Fliff here in a second. So we have Maxey under 4.5 boards. Bridges over 6 first quarter points. And again, most books have him at 6.5. So if he has 6, which is obviously really likely, I mean, that's 3 buckets. We're going to push everyone else. If you would have bet his over 6.5, you would have lost. So, and then we have Herbert Jones under 10.5 points. Fuck yeah. Okay, so we're rolling today. So we got to play on dabble. Should we do another dabble slip, or should we move on to another book? I mean, let's see. Sometimes they end up moving this stuff quickly. I mean, if we try to like place this bet again, I'm not sure why it's so janky when I have my phone connected, but we can see, did they move any of these? Exceeds risk selection threshold. So you can see it's giving me some bullshit error. Exceeds, you can see at the top, exceeds risk selection threshold. So I guess I'm not going to even be able to play that again. But let me go back to Fliff. If you're just tuning in, here's what we currently have open on Fliff. We have Hallie under 11.5 assists, and then we have Monk under 3.5, and I included that in a parlay with Valanciunas. But, shit, man. Dude, are we going to ride Siakam? So here you can see another play, and again, you could arbitrage bet this if you wanted to. Like, FanDuel has the over at plus 116. Fliff has the under at minus 105. So these books are so out of sync that you could bet the over. Fliff has a max bet size of 250. So if you wanted to max bet it, you could hedge on FanDuel for 225 and make a risk-free profit of 12-13. So that's just arbitrage. All books set their own lines. And when they get super fucking out of sync, you can arbitrage bet. But anyways, let's go here. So we're going to have another Fliff play. A little bit scary because we're taking Siakam's under, and then I'm also already on Hallie's under. But fuck it. These sports books are really smart, So if FanDuel has ripped this under to minus 142, this is a $10 billion company. They're taking bets. They're moving around lines based on, first of all, lineup news, but also just based on, where sharp action's coming in, stuff like that. Cade Cunningham is probable. Injury management, such bullshit. Thompson's out. But anyways, Thompson's out for tomorrow. So we have another Fliff play. I mean, you can see here, market's kind of ripping him lower. I don't know. So we got we got Siakam under 7.5 rebounds. People like that for tonight. Siakam boards under. Fading Siakam, fading Hallie. And this is at minus 105. And there's pretty clear value on this play. So we're fucking rolling. Better, please. Sports Quack promo, free square. Damn, so I'm getting all sorts of books thrown at me. So we can take a look at better. And I'm not sure. Unfortunately, again, I explained this, but better, they reduced their payouts recently, which kind of sucks. But, well, it definitely sucks. Is Herbert Jones the type of guy we want to ride 3 times? So let's take a look at our boy Herbert Jones. Because you can see, a lot of these books are stale. PrizePicks already bumped it. I'm not sure if Dabble already bumped it. We can look at Dabble here again in a second. But let's just kind of take a look. So we're already fading Siakam, his rebounds, right? We just locked that in on Fliff. Pretty clear value. But now we can fade him on better. Or we could fade Hallie again. I honestly like the Haliburton play better. Points plus assists under. You can see here, all the books have this under heavily favored. For all these fixed payout sites that require you to place a parlay, it's kind of the same strategy. Ooh, Kelly Oubre. Obviously, Kelly Oubre's been playing pretty well and getting a lot of minutes, but under 19.5 points or under 6.5 boards. I mean, you have two options. This play looks a little bit, better in terms of the profit margin. So we have Oubre under 6.5. So why don't we take his under in points on better, and then we can pair that with Nick Richards. And honestly, these plays pair pretty well together because if the game's a blowout, then maybe, they'll both be on the bench for the fourth quarter. So we now have 4 picks, but we need a final pick. What you want to go with on better is the 5 pick entries. They used to have really good payouts on their 6 pick entries, but unfortunately, they ended up reducing the payout pretty recently, which just kind of sucks. But let's see what we have here. So let's go to better. So we have Hallie points plus assists. I mean, we need another option. Obi Toppin under 13.5 PRAs. People like that. Obi Toppin under 13.5 PRAs. Well, that doesn't work great because we already have the play on Haliburton, so we kind of need something new. I mean, we could ride Draymond PRAs. Lakers Warriors tonight. I mean, you can see here, the Bucks all have this over heavily favored. Pinnacle, which is known to be a pretty sharp book, they have his over all the way at -157. So we could run like this 5 pick entry on better. Unfortunately, they don't have a sharing link, but if you want to roll with a better play, they also have a promo too. It's a $10 risk-free bet. So you just have to opt in, and your first bet is risk-free, up to $10. If you lose, you get your money back in site credit. And then you just want to play this as a dynamic play. What the fuck, bro? I don't know why it's so janky. Why isn't it letting me bet this? Fuck, because they already removed Richards. So you can see they already bumped Richards, which is bullshit. They already removed Richards, which, I mean, honestly, that wasn't even like the best play on the board. But it seems like that's the play they already removed. So if we wanted to go with a better play, for this promo, it's like, okay, we're on Hallie under 31.5 points plus assists. There's Sabonis under in points plus assists. FanDuel has this under all the way up -154. So let's see if this works before they end up bumping stuff. Because, again, they bump things pretty quickly. So we can go to the next game. So the late night games, then we have Sabonis, points plus assists, and we wanted the under 21.5. So a lot of unders in this slip, but hey, doesn't seem like horrible value. So let's just play this as a dynamic play. Why isn't this working, bro? Edit, close, 50. Add entry amount, place entry. Invalid pick selected. I'm not sure. Anyways, if you want to bet it, I'm not sure why it's not letting me bet it right now, but here's the 5 pick entry. I don't want to waste your guys' time, so we'll move on to another book here in a second. It's saying invalid picks selected. Oh, Pelicans game is gone. So they completely removed the Pelicans game. Cool. Anyways, so a lot of these plays ended up getting bumped. Fucking bullshit. But, so there you can see the Draymond play. I mean, so they already bumped a couple of these, which is super annoying. But hopefully some of you guys were able to get it in. I mean, Bridges, DiVincenzo under 4.5 rebounds. I mean, that doesn't seem horrible. So if you wanted to run the promo, but they already bumped like a few of the good picks, which is just really annoying. So let's try to move on to Underdog or Fliff or something like that. If you need to play it for the promo, you could always just run it as like a 4-pick dynamic entry, or you could pair, DiVincenzo, whatever. But let's go to Underdog because Underdog has a lot of value. Underdog, sometimes they bump things really fucking quickly, which is super annoying, but there is always a lot of value on Underdog. So let's take a look here. So we have Brandon Ingram. Zion has been going fucking off, but we have Brandon Ingram under 1.5 made threes. So let's see. I mean, we'll see. Sometimes Underdog, they just end up bumping everything immediately on these live streams, but maybe we'll get lucky. That would be awesome. Dude, so there's some good college basketball plays. Fuck, bro. So you can see they already bumped the Ingram play. I mean, that's the issue on these live streams. I literally think they have an intern show up. So let's see, though. Maybe we'll be able to get in a play. If not, we'll go back to PrizePicks because there is a lot of value on PrizePicks right now. These books, they don't work on weekends. So usually there's pretty good opportunity. So we have DiVincenzo, and then we could fade Haliburton again, or we could ride Steph Curry, which I'm always a fan of, over 8.5 RAs, over 8.5 rebounds plus assists, so something like this. Or Gobert, fuck, bro. So, or Gobert under 15 rebounds. Obviously, Gobert is a fucking rebound grabber, but if we try to play this as a 4-pick entry, you want to play 4-pick entries with insurance. That's optimal on Underdog. You want to play 4-pick entries with insurance. Please take the bet. Please take the bet. So let's see if they take it. Bang. So we were able to get in an Underdog fantasy play, which I'm pretty happy about. Again, move quickly if you want to tail on Underdog, just because sometimes they end up bumping this. Was anyone able to get it in? So you can see here, PrizePicks, all these other books. You know, like most of these books, FanDuel, Caesars, not only do they have his line lower, DraftKings, Hot Streak, like all these books have slightly different models, but they're taking millions of dollars of bets, moving lines based on where action's coming in. They all have his line at 14.5 with the under favored, right? The under's juiced, and we're getting 15 on Underdog, which is a no-brainer. So this is a 4-pick insured entry on Underdog. So we're rolling right now. So we got Gobert under 15 rebounds, Curry over 8.5 RAs. We got our boy DiVincenzo over 19.5 points plus assists. Hopefully Brunson passes the ball. And then we got Oso under 10.5 RAs. What do you guys think? What buck should we look at? So this is an Underdog fantasy play, and they give me a max of $100. So now we have a play on Underdog fantasy. We found some good picks with an edge. And again, you want to play Underdog plays with insurance. Or if it's a 4-pick entry. 3-pick entries, you don't. And there's a fuck ton of value on Underdog. So this play on Siakam, we already locked in. You could arbit with FanDuel. You know, all the other books have kind of ripped his under to being favored, but we already locked that in. So if you're just tuning in, you know, we got a couple plays on Fliff in that game. But let's see what else we can find. I mean, maybe we can keep rolling on Underdog Fantasy if we're lucky. If we're lucky enough. There's been a lot of good college basketball value. I mean, obviously we don't have much college basketball left with you know, let's put in Dabble too, because maybe there is some value. Yo, so we do have some value on Dabble. Fuck, bro. Should we do another Dabble slip or... Well, let's just see. Let's see if we can get in another Underdog fantasy play. These lines are moving around. A lot of lineup news has been coming out today, which is good. Like, you want the market to go into disarray. All these sports books set their own lines. So every time some crazy shit happens, someone gets injured, a player's out, all these books have to move around their lines, update their lines. So obviously we're riding Haliburton hard, but he's a good-looking dude. I got no problem with that. Ooh, I do like this play too. So you can see Ayo Dosunmu under 26.5 PRAs. So we're going to have a... Dude, we are just going to hammer fucking slips on this live stream. If they're not moving things... we'll take advantage. So, again, Underdog, they give you a pretty good payout on these 3-pick entries. So, let's lock it in. And, again, if you have the promo play, you can throw it in. But, anyways. So, we are rolling. And we're just going to take all the fucking value on Underdog. So, we got Haliburton under 31.5 PAs. And then we got AO under 26.5 PRAs. What book do people want to look at? Dabble. UNC versus NC State parlay. What was the first Fliff play? Valanciunas over 21.5 PR points and rebounds. But let's see what we have here. Let's keep cooking. Dude, wow. Wow. So a lot of value right now. I'm overwhelmed, but let's see what we have here. Oh my God. Let's do a Dabble slip, because why not? I mean, there hasn't been a ton of value on Dabble, but if there is, I guess we kind of got to take advantage of it. So let's go here to PRAs. So this is college basketball PRAs. I mean, I just like to, I don't want to give out just shitty picks. I always try to, like, you know, make sure there's value on these plays. So it looks like Dabble, they had this at 17.5. They already bumped it down to 16.5, which is annoying, but on the bright side, there's a lot of value on Dabble. Should we do a 5-pick entry, or should we roll with the 3-pick entry? So let's go back here. So the first play we have is Valanciunas over 9.5 rebounds. So again, this is another one of those platforms, and I'm already on Valanciunas. They already bumped him up to 10. Fuck these motherfuckers, bro. So they already bumped Valanciunas, so that play's gone. People like Claxton. Claxton over 11.5 points. Competitive game. I mean, should be a competitive game. What are the Pacers tonight? Let's see what they are. And they're minus 300 favorites, so I guess, you know, some blowout risk there. But you can see Claxton's over 11.5 points is heavily favored. Like, who knows? Sometimes these line movements are, you know, lineup driven if someone's out. Even if a player for the Pacers is out and Claxton, it's a better matchup for him. Like, the market can move for a ton of different reasons. Or maybe it's just all the sharps are hammering the over because these books, you know, they see where their profitable customers are betting and adjust lines accordingly. So what we can do is we can go over to Draymond. I always love riding Draymond, man. So we got Draymond, PRAs, over 18.5. So this would be 2 overs to start the slip. 2 overs to start the slip. We got Claxton and Draymond. Draymond Green. And then is this college basketball play still available? So we have Lamont Butler, San Diego State game, under 17 PRAs, or did they bump it? No, he is at 17. So this play is actually fantastic. Right? PRAs is what we're looking at. Lamont Butler under 17 PRAs. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look at Mr. Butler. All the other books have his line at 16.5. PrizePicks, Underdog, everything. So that play seems decent. And then it's basically just like, okay. And did they put Valanciunas back, or did they already bump Claxton? So please tell me they didn't. So this is what I'm going to lock in. I mean, there's also Kamara to record a 3. So we could go here. So let's go back to the NBA. We have the Trailblazers game. Player 3s. Right? You can see all the books are telling you through their odds, through their market, that, hey, he's a lot more likely to go over as opposed to under. And then if we wanted to get really ballsy, could include Claxton. Or sorry, not Claxton. If we wanted to get really ballsy, we could include Siakam, but honestly, let's get rid of Claxton and let's run this 3-pick entry. Let's fucking roll. So we got Butler, Kamara, Green. And let's lock it in. 1 valid in entry due to changed payouts. Did they end up bumping something? So it looks like they ended up bumping Butler. Fucking assholes, bro. So they already bumped Butler, so it's like, okay. Then I guess what I'll do is let's go back to the Nets game because they already bumped the Lamont the college basketball play. So it's like, okay, we can just run this as like a nice little 3-pick entry. 3 plays with value that we found. Again, a lot of people ask like, yo, how many bets should I be placing a day? It really depends on how much opportunity there is. Like, you know, during baseball season, when you don't have many sports going on, sometimes I'll only have 3, 5 bets in a day. If there's a ton of value, a ton of line movement, you may place a lot more bets in a day. So we got Claxton over 11.5 points. And you should be able to see my phone. Yeah, it's connected. So this is just 3 NBA plays. And then we got Green over 18.5 PRAs. So we got a nice little 3-pick entry on Dabble. Which, again, they give you the same payouts as Underdog. So a pretty good payout for these for these 3-pick entries, right? That 6X is nice. 6X is definitely nice. So we'll see how long these last. I mean, I don't know if something's coming out in the Trailblazers game, but there's a lot of value right now. Fuck yeah. So let's do another PrizePick slip. Or Fliff. I mean, we can take a look at Fliff, FanDuel. Again, like, in these streams, I try to focus on, you know, a bunch of different books. Obviously, there's a ton of sports books. Like here, I mean, you can see Schroeder under 2.5 rebounds. FanDuel's the only book giving you plus money. That's what's amazing about sports betting, how fragmented the market is. All these books setting their own lines. Fucking lit. It's great. But anyways, let's go back to PrizePicks. Although it seems like there's just infinite value on Underdog. And we can see if there's anything new that we haven't already locked in, because obviously we already got a lot of plays in on PrizePicks. So I'm going to filter out esports for now, because League of Legends lines just dropped. You know, but fuck it. You know, I don't really want to talk about League of Legends right now, and you don't have as many data points in esports. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we got here that we want to lock in. So we're already on D-Lo. Did we already take Haliburton in the last slip? So we're riding Haliburton really fucking hard tonight. We're riding him a ton of times. So now it's just kind of like, okay, what other picks do we want to go with? So we have Siakam. We got Kelly Oubre under 6.5 rebounds. Market has his under heavily favored. We like fading Kelly Oubre. How has he done recently in terms of boards? So let's take a look here. So we have under 6.5 rebounds. He's gone under 3 out of the past 5. Checks out from a value perspective. You can see here Caesars has his under as a -142 favorite. Bet Online, -144. You know, a pretty sharp offshore book. FanDuel, -134. So it's like, okay, that seems solid. But we need to find some other picks that we can pair. So we're already riding Haliburton so hard tonight. So it's like, damn, do we really want to ride Haliburton again, or do we want to take Siakam? Obviously, the last time the Pacers played, I think the game went into OT the last time they played. So Siakam probably went over. Was it against OKC? No, it was against Chicago. And he still barely went over. He only had 12. But we're already, I mean, or do we just want to keep riding Haliburton until that pick's gone? Because it's probably not going to last that much longer. But if you don't want to ride Hallie again, if you're, you know, if you're not the type of guy who wants to ride Tyrese Haliburton 5 times in a night, you can take the Siakam play. But fuck it. I mean, if that's the best play on the board, I guess that's what I want to take. So we got Hallie's under, we got Oubre's under, and Sabonis points plus assists. It's like, do we want to ride Sabonis? I think there were also some, let's check out if there's any tennis plays or some shit. So let's see what we got here. So it looks like there are. So I'll kind of show you here in a second. So let's get rid of hockey. And if you just kind of take a look here, we have Medvedev versus Tony Paul. Medvedev, right? And you can see, I don't know. Like, FanDuel has this under heavily favored, so if we wanted a tennis pick, but honestly, it's not like that enticing of a play. So we got Haliburton, Bridges, Sabonis. Do we want to fade Sabonis points plus assists? Sabonis points plus assists. Let's take a look. 28.5. 28.5 for Sabonis. They're playing the Knicks tonight. I don't know. Maybe we can, hopefully we can find something better. So we're already on Hallie's under. It's like, okay, that seems solid. Fuck. Guess we got to go to college basketball. And I don't really care. Like, I mean, I say it in every live stream, but if there's, what do you mean there's no fucking college basketball lines? Come on. Load, load, load. PrizePicks isn't loading any of the players. Come on. So let's go back here. Load the players, bro. So we got under 20.5 PRAs for Lampkin. So it's like, okay. And then let's just go back here. Just before anything gets moved. Did they remove Haliburton? Are you serious? No. No, they didn't. So they still have Haliburton available. So let's see what we got here. We have Hallie. Then we want to take Kelly Oubre under 6.5 rebounds. He's gone under 3 out of the past 5. And then let's see what other plays have value. Well, now you can see the Siakam play just keeps getting better. So honestly, fuck it. Let's take the Siakam play, which works out. I mean, sometimes if you rode a dude a ton of times, like sometimes it's good to switch in a new player. So we got Siakam under 11.5 RAs. Sabonis, points plus assists. So we just got a lot of unders. It's been a lot of unders on this stream. Again, if you're just tuning in, we have some plays on Fliff, Underdog, but let's see what we have here. And then on Dabble as well. So like we were able to, there was some good value on Dabble today, which worked out nicely. And then we got this. And again, like the only good promo that I see today is LeBron. But if you got another promo on, well, actually, there's the Hallie play. Fuck, man. What do we want to take? Because I wouldn't want to include them in the same slip. You know, I wouldn't want to include Siakam. I wouldn't want to fade Siakam in the same slip as Haliburton. Just doesn't make a lot of sense. So, Schroeder, Bridges, meh. Let's see what else we have. So we have 2 picks, but we want to find a third to go with. Or sorry, we have 3 picks at this point, but let's just finish out building this slip. Do we want to fade D'Lo again? Do we want to fade D'Angelo Russell? That game's starting way too soon. That game's starting too soon, so not even worth looking at the Houston game. So D'Angelo Russell under 27. At what point do we start fading Ayton? I mean, fantasy scores are great. The thing is it's really a combination of like a ton of different props. So what do we already have? We're already fading Haliburton and Oubre, so it may not be a bad idea if we could find like, you know, a player on either the Nets or the Hornets to fade. So like Trey Mann. I mean, hopefully the game's a blowout. Oubre is less likely to be playing in the fourth. The 76ers are huge favorites, like minus 500 favorites, minus 475, whatever. So we have Trey Mann. So these unders pair kind of nicely together. I like doing that, you know, kind of pairing players on opposing teams. And then we just need one final play. So it's like, what do we like? Let's find something. Or we can just end up, otherwise I'm just going to end up fading. I don't really want to take Bridges rebounds, so I will take Sabonis. I mean, dude, so many unders today. Oh my God. What book do you guys want to look at next? I'll drop the link for this in the chat. Are you fucking kidding me? So they just bumped Haliburton, but honestly, that's fine. Right? You don't want to play stuff with bumps. A lot of people ask me like, yo, should I play it even if it gets bumped? And it's like, I mean, no, because a lot of the value goes away. But on the bright side, we also have Siakam RAs, which again was another play with value. PrizePicks gives me my poverty betting limits. What projection changed? Why don't you tell me what projection changed, you fucking asshole? What ended up moving? What moved? What moved, bro? Did they move Oubre? No, he's still at 6.5. What moved? PrizePicks is just a pain in the ass because they bumped these things. He's still at 20. He's still at 6.5. What did you move? So we have Sabonis. Where's Sabonis? He's still at 28.5. Nothing moved. And then we got Siakam. Did they end up bumping Siakam? Nope, he's still at 11.5. Take the fucking bet. Of course, they moved the college play. These assholes, they just move shit when we try to bet it and tell us it was our fault. Paul Reed under 8.5 rebounds. If you don't want to fade Oubre, that's an option. So, honestly, I don't mind this. Mikic has obviously been hot, but how long can it last? I mean, under 13.5 points. So this play actually, well, we're already on Trey Mann. Under in fantasy score. So maybe we take Mikic's. I like the Trey Mann play better. Anyway, sorry this is taking so long. Trying to give out the best possible pick. So we're on Siakam. We're on Oubre. That pairs nicely with Trey Mann. And then we just need to find one final pick that we want to go with. So we got Sabonis, we got Bridges. I mean, we could take Grant Williams over in rebounds. I don't like hate that. Grant Williams over in rebounds. And then, fuck, man. I don't know. It's always the 5th pick that's the hardest to find. But let's see. Let's see if there's anything that kind of strikes our eye. Fuck, man. Nick Richards over 19 points plus rebounds. Paul Reed. Honestly, I don't mind this. The reason I don't mind it is we're fading Trey Mann. So it's not a horrible idea to take points plus rebounds. Points plus rebounds over 19. Like, it's not a horrible idea to take this in the same slip. So we got in our PrizePicks play, which I'm pretty happy about. So we got points plus rebounds. You can see this play has solid value. I mean, this play has great value. All the other books have them at 20.5. So I'm not really sure what PrizePicks is doing, but they just fucked up the line on Nick Richards. So let me put this in the chat. For anyone who wants to tail. Whoops, it didn't copy the link. So link's in now. And Underdog, again, someone's asking about the Underdog picks. Here's what I already locked in. And PrizePicks, we locked in some plays. They're just fucking bumping things. Although there are some other options. I mean, we can just fucking find shit. So we got Simons over 5.5. Do people like Simons tonight? I mean, what are the Trailblazers, though? Obviously, the risk with the Trailblazers, the Pelicans have been, I mean, some games just fucking blowing people out. When Zion's playing well, it's scary what the Pelicans can do. They're minus 1,000 favorites, so obviously the worry with Simon's assists is this game could be over in like the second quarter. And he could not get a lot of minutes, but let's go here. Let's look back at Underdog, because Underdog, they didn't bump a ton of things. They still have this play on Oubre, so again, we're already on it on PrizePicks, but that's kind of the benefit of having multiple books is like, you know, sometimes Underdog has a lot more value, sometimes it's PrizePicks, so more books you got, the better. But let's see what we have here. So we got Oubre, Sexton, Siakam. Could just fade them all. But are we already fading Siakam? No, we're not. So the thing is we are riding Siakam so hard. But let's see. So this rebound play. Because like Underdog is just like PrizePicks. They just have, you know, the only difference really is, first of all, they have different lines from one another. But second of all, you know, they have Simons under 4 made threes. I don't know. Let's see what we have. Oh, fuck. So do we want to fade Simons? This play I actually kind of like. So it looks like Simons under 23.5 points. Again, it's obviously, hopefully the Pelicans just blow them the fuck out and this game's over. And you can see they already bumped it down to 22.5. So this is like, speed is so important as a sports bettor. So then we got Colin Sexton, who scores a shit ton of points, but obviously like the 3.5 rebounds bets, they're a little scary, but we got Sexton under 3.5 rebounds, and it's always the same strategy. And then we have, do we want to ride Draymond or Siakam? I mean, honestly, let's ride Draymond again. So again, we already got this play on Dabble, but it's still available on Underdog. So like, this is a nice little 3-pick entry we could ride on and here's what we already have open on Fliff. Just kind of show my phone, but let's lock it in. Dude, these books, it's always can't detect your location, and then they just end up bumping shit. So let's see what we have here. What do people think? There we go. Boom. So we got it in. Got to be fast and decisive. That is very fucking true. These books sometimes bump things like a motherfucker. So we got Oubre under 6.5 boards. We got Green over 18.5 PRAs. And then we got Sexton under 3.5 rebounds. And then what I like to do too is just like all these books, I mean, well, you can see PrizePicks. I guess we're not going to get Simons over 5.5 because these little dickholes already bumped it up. So I like checking out just like the promos on these sports books. Easiest money you'll make, you know, LeBron to record a point. But LeBron, you know, I don't know. sometimes like FanDuel has good odds boosts or just promos. So you can see like they have a college basketball parlay boost. So typically what I do, because obviously these promos are profitable, but you still want to maximize the value of them, is typically what I do is I just like try to find like, okay, for this promo on FanDuel, what are 3 good lines? Like, where are places we can actually get value? So it's like, okay, well, you know, FanDuel, they're giving you the best price on Connecticut, minus 465. All these other books are more around like minus 500, minus 565. So typically I just try to find like 3 plays with value if there's a promo that's good. So this is a 15% profit boost for a 3-leg parlay. So the typical juice on sportsbooks is like 5%. So for 3 legs, that's roughly 15%. So even if you're picking random shit, this promo, it's going to be profitable. It's going to be positive EV. But then if you can find plays that actually have a little bit of value, maybe UTEP money line, FanDuel's giving you the best odds on UTEP, you know, it's worth it. So that's typically what I do. But again, FanDuel, it's just like Dabble. Like some of these books are just janky with streaming software, so it doesn't work. But let's see here. I mean, Fliff, FanDuel, are there any college basketball plays on FanDuel? Nope. No, there are not. Mikic under 2.5 rebounds, Caruso. I mean, there's some other value on Fliff, but whatever. We already got in a ton of picks on this live stream. A ton of picks. Dabble, we got in a few plays. You know, Dabble, we had a few plays. Then Fliff. So we kind of cooked this live stream. There's some good promos on FanDuel. And some good value on FanDuel as well. I mean, Drummond over 9.5 points. FanDuel's the only book giving you plus money, plus 115. All these other books, like, you know, minus 116. So if you use FanDuel, there's some solid value. But let's see. So this game probably about to start, the Houston game. But anyways, let's see what we have here. Cam Thomas under 3.5 assists. He's just like Michael Porter. He doesn't fucking pass the ball. I mean, you can see FanDuel's just kind of ripped odds lower on Cam Thomas assists. But I'm going to hold off for now. I'll call this live stream a day for now. We had a ton of plays on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, Underdog. I mean, we got in a lot of slips, so hopefully we have some winners today. And, 4-pick entry. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Saturday.